The orthodontics industry just hit a stunning milestone. Clear aligners are growing at triple the rate of traditional braces, completely transforming how we think about teeth straightening.
That's fascinating because when you think about it, this isn't just about aesthetics anymore. It's revolutionizing the entire patient experience.
And here's what makes this transformation so remarkable. The market data shows double-digit growth year over year, with patients actively seeking alternatives to traditional orthodontic treatments. We're seeing a complete shift in how people approach dental care.
Well, that makes me wonder, how are traditional practices adapting to this massive change in consumer behavior?
That's exactly where it gets interesting. The practices that are thriving are the ones embracing digital transformation. They're not just offering clear aligners, they're completely reimagining their patient journey. The data shows that practices with strong digital presence are seeing growth rates 3 to 4 times higher than those stuck in traditional models.
So it's really about meeting patients where they are, online and researching their options.
Precisely, and here's something surprising. Studies show that potential patients make their initial judgment about a practice within the first 10 seconds of visiting their website. If they don't immediately find what they're looking for, they're gone.
That's such a small window of opportunity. It reminds me of how we shop for everything else now. We expect instant information and clear next steps.
And what's really fascinating is the psychology behind these searches. When someone looks up teeth aligners online, they're usually already 70% of the way toward making a decision. They've identified the problem, they've probably been thinking about it for months, and now they're actively looking for solutions.
So these aren't just casual browsers. These are people ready to make a significant investment in their smile.
Exactly. And here's where the local aspect becomes crucial. Over 80% of these searches have local intent. People searching for clear aligners near me or adding their city name. Practices that aren't optimizing for these specific search patterns are essentially invisible to their most valuable potential patients.
The whole concept of being invisible while selling invisible aligners is pretty ironic, don't you think?
Well, that's actually a perfect way to put it. And here's another interesting trend we're seeing. More than 60% of these searches are happening on mobile devices. This means practices need to completely rethink how they present information.
That really changes the game in terms of website design and content strategy.
Absolutely. And speaking of content strategy, successful practices are creating what I call a digital authority loop. They're combining educational content with targeted advertising, virtual consultations, and social proof. The data shows this comprehensive approach can increase conversion rates by up to 40%.
The virtual consultation aspect must have really taken off during the pandemic. Has that changed how practices operate now?
That's one of the most fascinating developments. What started as a necessity has become a preferred option for many patients. Practices offering hybrid models, combining virtual consultations with in-person treatment, are seeing 30% higher patient satisfaction rates.
Well, that makes perfect sense from a convenience perspective. People can get their initial questions answered without disrupting their entire day.
And here's what's really exciting about the future. We're just at the beginning of this transformation. The combination of 3D printing, artificial intelligence, and telehealth is opening up possibilities that weren't even imaginable a few years ago.
The pace of innovation in this field is remarkable. It's like we're watching the future of healthcare unfold in real time.
You know what's even more interesting? The practices that are embracing these changes aren't just seeing better business results. They're actually delivering better patient outcomes. Treatment compliance rates are up by 25% when patients have digital monitoring options.
That's a significant improvement in actual health outcomes, not just business metrics.
Looking ahead, the market projections are incredibly strong. We're expecting to see continued double-digit growth for at least the next 5 years. The practices that establish a strong digital presence now will be best positioned to capture that growth and build long-term success.
It really seems like we're at a turning point in the industry.
And that's what makes this moment so crucial. The technology exists, the patient demand is there, and the practices that adapt now will be the ones shaping the future of orthodontic care. It's not just about selling aligners anymore, it's about creating an entirely new paradigm of dental care delivery.